Let us first understand some of the logical test errors as well as the data formats and the formatting that you need to first deal with before you start writing your if function in Excel. For example, in our data set that we have right here, we are trying to test against these two values if they are actually matching or if they are the same. So in here, you'll come in and say equals, is this cell or the value that is sitting in this cell equal to any value that is actually sitting in this cell, which is our second value. And when I hit enter key on the keyboard, of course I get a false in here, meaning that these values are not the same, however much they are all text data type. So to convert my false into yes or no, I could wrap the entire thing into an if function. So I just come in here and open the if, and this entire thing will become my logical test. So I need to put a comma, and value if true, I'll say yes, and if false, of course this will be a no. Close off the quotes, close off the function. Let me actually change this one into a small o, and then close off the entire thing, and you can see that these two words are not the same. Moving on to the second record, if we can test against these two values and find out if they are the same, however much they are all number data types, let us drag this formula and see what we get in here. Yes, we get a no, regardless of whether they are the same data type, and that is the number data type, but the values are not the same. So what do you expect if we drag this same formula to our third record right here? Let us drag the formula and see what happens. Yes, we get a yes in here. And why do you think we are getting a yes for this particular record number 3? When I put my cursor into cell D7, for example, you can see that in my formula bar, I get the underlying value, which is a 2. Even when I actually point to cell E7 right here, I also get the underlying value as a 2. So meaning these two values are the same. What is actually different is the formatting that you see with your eyes. That's why we have a saying in Excel that actually formatting sometimes is a facade, because the underlying values sometimes are not the ones that you're seeing on the interface. So that's why we are actually getting a yes for this particular record. If we drag this formula right to the next record, of course we get a no, reason being that this is text and this is a number, so these ones cannot be the same. Let us drag it to this fifth record right here, and guess what should we expect in here? Let's drag the formula. We get a yes, because this date is the same like this one, only what is changing is actually the formatting. You can see when I point into this cell, you can see the value that is underlined in the formula bar. This is 1st October 2021, and when I actually point into cell E9 right there, you can see I get the exact underlying value, meaning that these ones are evaluating to a true, and that's why we are getting a yes in here. Let us drag the same formula or the same logical test to our last record and see what comes up. We get a no in here. Why? We can see that this is 1st October 2021. This also seems to be 1st October 2021, but again it is stored as a text. That's why we are actually getting a no for this particular logical test. So the rule is that data types should be the same when comparing values with logical test, and the formatting does not really have to be the same. So if you understand this kind of logical errors that you're likely to bump into, then you are good starting off writing the if function in Excel.